You see, you are young, right? If you love somebody, do you want to chain him or her? Even a pet dog, do you like to keep the dog in a closed room all the time? Or do you let it be free? Do you want the dog or a caged bird to follow your wishes? Or would you rather have it fly on its own if you really love it? If you really know love, do you want to become a master, a controller? Would you say that take my permission before doing all this?
But then why parents do that?
I talked of my students.
No sir, I am asking.
I talked of my students who are now parents.
Yeah.
You may be a parent, but you are a man or a woman first, a person first. Just because you have become a parent doesn't mean that you have suddenly gained wisdom. You are what you are. It's your culture that has taught you that just because a man or a woman is a biological father or a mother, he becomes worthy of reverence. Look at yourself. I mean, you are grown-up men and women. Accident may have it that you become a father or a mother in 1 year time. Will that mean that you have suddenly become enlightened?
No.
Now, how would it feel? Look at the fellow next to you. Look at the fellow next to you. He or she becomes a parent. And the kid starts worshipping him. He says, he's a god because he is my papa. Now, you may be a papa, but you are what you are. Are you worthy of respect? Are you worthy of respect really? Look at your neighbor's face. And he is a papa. And the kid is saying, God. God. If I really love someone, I would try to share what I have. And as adults, you are adults. As adults, it is your responsibility, if you really love your parents, to share the truth with them. Not let them continue in darkness. You see, there is this amusing story of the woman Gandhari, right? You know Mahabharata. Yes. The husband is blind, so what does she do? She says, I'll put on a blindfold all my life. Now, is this love? This is absolute stupidity. Now, why must you do the same with your parents? If the parents are unable to see something, it is your responsibility to help them see the truth, if you really love them. Right? You will tell them, I'm no more 10 years old. And when I say you will tell them, I do not mean in a violent way. You will help them see the facts. Right? You will not let them continue in their illusions. That is the action of love. To help the other one come to the truth. But I'm asking you, is it really about your powerlessness in front of your parents, or it is just that you have become so used to certain comforts and privileges that you do not want to get rid of them? It's the comforts and privileges that are more important, not the love for parents. We need to honestly ask ourselves this question. I'm not alleging anything. I'm just prompting you to ask yourself this question.
I don't get your question. Problem is, if we go
go wrong. We have a feeling that maybe we will go wrong. Maybe
What do you mean by going wrong?
as in maybe we will end up making mistakes or maybe we'll-
What do you mean by mistakes? Somebody said, अभी आपने बोला था ना? You said, what if we go wrong? Something goes wrong. How do you define
Something.
a wrong or a mistake? What do you mean by wrong or mistake? What do you? What kind of harm, beta?
Something unexpected.
Maybe wrong and wrong.
Any mental or physical harm, anything.
Physical harm.
Any mental or physical harm.
Let's be just reasonable. Let's just be reasonable. Let's just be reasonable. Shh. Collect data. Sit on the internet, collect data about people who go on unplanned forays. Just let's say an unplanned holiday, 4 days. Look at the case study of 50 or 100 such people and find out how many of them met physical harm. And if you find that it is happening only in 1 out of 450 cases, then you know that there is a less than 1% probability. Let's just be reasonable. Let's just be reasonable. That 1% probability is there even while sitting in this hall, even while driving your car, even while watching a cricket match. That 1% probability is always there. People have died in very curious manners, in very unexpected situations. So that probability, that faint probability of dying is always there, always there. You may as well get a heart attack right now and collapse. Who knows? Let's just be reasonable.
So that's why I said mental and physical.
What do you mean by mental harm? Good. What do you mean by mental harm?
I mean, everybody needs a little bit of guidance, and if they're
All right. So if you don't get that guidance, what will happen?
so we'll be heartbroken if we don't get such a thing. For example, we're attached to something and we don't get that. That person will be heartbroken if he doesn't have any guidance to help him through. So
Clarify that. Suppose you want something.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
And if you don't get it,
Right.
you're heartbroken.
Right.
You obviously need some guidance to get you through that.
Yeah, take guidance, but guidance is not permission.
Yeah, that is guidance is from. I mean,
Means moral support.
yeah. Some
No,
kind of
that's a different thing. That's a different thing. See, you want to study engineering. You go to a particular laboratory. You do need the assistance of the lab staff. You get that. Where is the question of permission? And do you start worshipping the lab staff?
So that's where.
But the
they make their own
experimentation needs
intelligence from-
permission. The experimentation is not.
Yes, because the machine is outside of you and somebody else owns that machine. So you need a permission. But when it is your life, when it is your own life, obviously, if you want to go somewhere using somebody else's car, then you need to take a permission, no doubt about it. If you want to use somebody else's machine in the lab, you need to take permission. But I'm talking about life. Now, who owns your life? Tell me that. Who owns your life?
But
Then-
sir, we are someone else's kids.
Ah.
So then,
Like, for example, I own this mic. You own your mobile. You own that pen on the table.
So parents have helped us when we needed them. When we were 2, 3 years old, we didn't knew that the fan is hot because we
Wonderful.
put on the not-
Wonderful. Wonderful.
After
So what does that mean? What is your responsibility now?
to help
To help them.
maybe after 50 years, when they get old, they'll be needing us. But now, if we being irresponsible, going on a trip, lose
What's your age? What's your age?
20.
20. Do you understand that you are a fully grown up man? Do you understand that? They helped you, wonderful. They did. So what's your responsibility now? To help. And how does one help an adult? How does a man help another man? How does he help? By acting like a kid? That you keep on supporting me? Is that how you are helping your parents?
I'm not talking about support, sir.
By always seeking permission, is that how you are helping them?
Asking for the permission, but you are saying that if we go on a trip for 4 days without, being that is being irresponsible.
Wait, I'm not yet saying anything. I have clarified it that I have no shoulds and should nots. I'm talking about the relationship between parents and you.
Sir, we're all linked to each other.
Yes, that's what I'm talking of.
Parents will also get harmed in the mental.
Understand this. We are talking of help. There are two adults. How does one help the other? And they claim to love each other. And we wish that they love each other. Now, how do they help each other? By one remaining parasitic, by one always clinging, and the other commanding. Is that a helping relationship? Is that a loving relationship? And remember, one is not 2 years old. One is 20 years old. This is the month, beta, when March, when Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and Sukhdev were hanged. Do you know what was the age of Bhagat Singh? 21 was when he lobbed that bomb, and 23 was when he was your age. And he was an adult. He was an adult. Now, wait, understand this. First of all, we are not 8 years old anymore. And if you keep yourselves dependent, surely that is not love, that is only some kind of selfishness, some kind of convenience that you are after, some kind of material gain. In real love, you do not bother what will happen to you. You say that if I love you, I cannot let you remain in illusions. You will not say that because my mama has all these concepts, beliefs, so how can I disturb her? You will say no, because I love her, so I'll go and I'll sit with her and I'll say, let's talk woman to woman. I cannot let you be in misery. I cannot let you be in darkness. I will not say that, oh, she is my respected mama. How can I talk to her like this? You must talk to her like this if you love her. That's what love does. Love is not about keeping each other blind. See, I have come to you. What is my responsibility? To let all of us float in a dream world so that our illusions are not shattered. To preserve our falsenesses, is that my responsibility here? Or is my responsibility to help us see better? I do not know, because you are the one in the hot seat. It's your relationship. You need to find out. You need to figure out whether it is really love or something else. Because love does not bother for petty things. It is not one's convenient dependence on the other. It is not at all that. You need to look sharply, be very attentive, not have prejudices in mind, forget for a while that you are meant to behave in such and such way. And just look at the facts, and then it will be all very, very clear. Initially, you might feel a little uncomfortable because you have never done this earlier. But later on, you will find that you are very, very glad that you accepted that you are mature now. You must accept your adulthood and maturity. And in fact, later on, you may find that even your parents are thanking you. They are saying, thank you for bringing this to us. We are glad that we are your parents. But that happens only in 1 out of 1,000 cases. The other cases, the son is hell-bent that I will be a Gandhari. That's what happens in the other cases. It requires the guts of a Bhagat Singh. It requires the guts of a Bhagat Singh. You know, chicken-hearted people, if you are adamant upon remaining that, then remain that. You are on the hot seat. Your life. I can only indicate a particular way. Right?